Today we're talking about I can write numbers in expanded form with multiplication. So we already talked about expanded form. Let's talk about multiplication. What is multiplication? Well, one way to think of multiplication is to say that it's repeated addition. It's addition over and over again. So if I have 3 times 6, this can mean that I have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. I have it 6 times. Right, so 3 times 6, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 18. 3, 6, 9, and 12, 15, 18. So that's what we're talking about when we speak about multiplication. So today we're going to use a little bit of multiplication facts to help us write a special kind of expanded form. And for this, you're going to need to know how to write things like this. 3 times 10 for things that are in the tens place, or 3 times 100, or 3 times 1,000 if it's in the hundreds or thousands place. So we're basically just going to take some numbers that are written in expanded form and write them with these little extra steps so that we can see that each one of them is really just the digit times the place value. So in an earlier lesson, we saw how we could use this graphic organizer to write numbers in expanded form. We could take each digit and bring it down, and we could make the 6 here, the 2, and the 4, and then we could use this to help organize our thoughts. So the 4 is 4 ones, so I can just leave it as 4. The 2 is 2 tens, so let's put the place values up here. Ones, the 2 is tens, and the 6 is the hundreds. Okay, so the 2 is 2 tens, which means 2 tens is 20. 10, 20. Okay, and 6 hundreds means that I really have this 6 is really worth 600. Okay, so all of these, if you added them back up together, would give you 624. So that's the standard expanded form here. Now, when we write expanded forms with multiplication, we're just going to break these out, and we're going to make each of them a little multiplication problem. So the 4, I'm going to write my place values here, is in the ones place. The 20 is the tens. It means 2 tens. And the 6 is the hundreds. Okay? So to write these in special notation with multiplication, we just are going to take the digit and multiply it times the place value. So 600 is the same thing as 6 times 100. 20 is the same thing as 2 times 10. It's 2 tens. And 4 is the same thing as 4 times 1. It's 4 ones. So our new expanded form with these multiplication bits added looks like this. 6 times 100 plus 2 times 10 plus 4 times 1 equals is the same thing as 624. 6 hundreds, 2 tens, 4 ones. So let's practice this together. I want you to get out your whiteboard and copy what I've written here. We're going to make a little expanded form outline. Okay, so this stuff equals this down here. I didn't have quite enough room to write. So we're going to have 500 plus 30 plus 8. Think about that. What does that equal to? It's just the expanded form of 538. So copy that down onto your whiteboard, pause the video, and do that, please. Okay, now we're ready to practice. Let's make this into expanded form with multiplication. Oops. So I'm going to rewrite this expanded form. It's going to stay the same value. It's still going to be worth 538. But now I'm going to use multiplication to rewrite. So all I need to do is write the digit times the place value. So take a moment, see if you can do that. What is the digit in each of these? What's the digit that we're talking about in the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place? Write that digit down here at the start of each of your lines. Pause the video and do that. Okay. Did you write 8, 3, 5? If so, great. If not, go back and do that, please. Okay. Now we're going to use multiplication to finish writing this and make it true. Because right now, 5 plus 3 plus 8, that's not 538. I need to have some multiplication signs in here to make this true. So 5 times something, 3 times something, and 8 times something. Now I want you to take the number of the place value and put it into each one of these. So this is the ones. Let's write that in the right color. We got ones. We have tens. We have hundreds. So take your digit, your place value, and put it in each place. So this is 8 times 1. Fill in the 5 times and the 3 times for me. Pause the video and do that. Okay, welcome back. You should have 3 times 10 and 5 times 100, right? The 3 is in the tens place. The 5 is in the hundreds place. So we're multiplying 5 times 100, 3 times 10, and 8 times 1. If you're feeling skeptical, 5 times 100 is the same thing as 500. We're just taking that from the place value, or from the original expanded form. It's the same thing. 5 times 100, if we count by hundreds, we get 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. 30 is just 3 tens, right? 10, 20, 30. And 8 is just 8 ones. We count by ones 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Okay, so now you're going to have a Seesaw assignment where you're going to get to do some more of this practice. I'm going to give you some problems just changing expanded form, standard expanded form into expanded form with multiplication. And then I'm going to give you a couple problems where I just give you a number and I want you to write it in expanded form with multiplication and see if you can do that. All right, we'll see how you do after this.